Welcome. Blessings and peace to you all. May the living spirit come forth, the living spirit that is in all life, in all beings, in all the universes, in all the galaxies, in all space, in all time, in every cell of your body. Blessings to you. May this living spirit fill you with its golden light, with the energy of God's love, of the love of the goddess, the masculine and the feminine. I invite you to take a deep breath, to feel that breath filled with that living spirit that is in all life, in you, in those you love, in those you do not love, in your creatures, in everything that exists upon your planet. This magical, beautiful place, this grand library of the cosmos, wherein lives so many kinds of species, so much of life force energy, such great diversity, such great abundance of form, of color, of shape, of shade, of light, of dark. Even within the darkness, within the center and within the energy of Mother Earth, there is light, even in the places that seem to be filled with darkness. For the darkness holds within it the light, just as in many ways the light holds within it the darkness. Like the yin yang, the potential of one to rise, become greater within the evolving energies of all that is. So there is constant change, constant flux, constant movement from positive to negative. The energy of movement of electricity depends upon the nature and structure of polarity. There must be a positive and a negative pole, and something between them that allows this movement of electrons, this movement of energy that is able to power all your devices, all of your technologies. And so it is also in the dance, in the play between the masculine and the feminine, between one human and another, between different life forms and the others, that there is this constant movement, this constant dance, this constant evolution, this constant playing, this grand design, unfolding, shifting and changing, winter to summer, rain to sun and dry, trees to streams, the birds, the lizards, everything is in motion. Within your lives, everything is in constant motion, especially within the framework of this cosmic moment within which you are all living. It is as if there is what you might consider time bomb, not of destruction, but something that has been detonated, some energy of expansion, of explosion, of proliferation, an energy of movement of such force that nothing can stop it. An energy that has within it, just as the yin yang, the light and the dark, the black, the white, the positive, the negative, the one morphing constantly into the other. And you have had this flux going on for so many billions of years of your planet's evolution, and the many millions of years that have passed, in which you have had civilizations that have come and gone. You have had bombardments from outer space of planetoids, of asteroids, of comets. You have had evolutions of cold and of heat. You have had cataclysms and floods. You have had many earths that have come and gone, and have some left their mark upon your planet, perhaps within the scarring of the earth's surface, within the depths of the oceans, and even within the purview of your memory as civilizations, your so-called history or herstory, your understanding that there have been continents like Atlantis and Lemuria that have come and that have gone, and that have caused great shifts and changes upon your planet. There have been asteroids that have bombarded the planet and created havoc within the atmosphere, and the disappearances of species and the going into hiding within the deep structures of ice of other civilizations. You have had those civilizations that have traveled the globe, whether it be on boats of ships of space ships or machines that could travel through the air, that could seed continents with colonies, with the children of their civilizations, to create newness of structures and newness and beginnings of technologies that were rediscovered after these long periods of cataclysm. Within each period that there was one of these catastrophes, the souls that were upon the planet that did not necessarily all originate upon this planet, but came as souls from other star systems, from other planets, from other cosmos, from other galaxies. They came to seed, they came to learn, they came to experience, and they came, some of them, to dominate and control. And many different species, many different forms of life have played upon the fields of the earth, have manipulated the indigenous energies, the life forms with changing DNA, with creating whole civilizations based upon their agendas. And within the structure of your current earth, Mother Gaia, this beautiful ball of gold, of white, of blue, of green, of all the colors of the rainbow. Within this beautiful sphere, within it and on its surface, you have such an amazing multiplicity of energies, of species, of life forms, of intelligence, of consciousness. Some of them dwell within the isolation of being within the earth. Some dwell within the rocks. Some of your crystal species, for instance, have still remained deep within the crevices and caves that are within the earth, growing and blossoming within their own light. Many civilizations that were threatened upon the surface by the many changes and by some of the dangers wrought by your technologies in the past, entered deep into the caverns within Mother Earth and found within there a haven, a safety, a place within to evolve as a particular species, as a particular civilization that had its own energy, its own technology, and its own social structures. What is happening today in your world now is that the many dimensions that have all existed, often separate from each other, are all converging and beginning to feel the experience, the expression, the connection of other life forms, of other civilizations, of other realities, and are beginning to see themselves evolving within a higher evolution that is the foundation of Mother Earth, of Gaia's evolution itself. For just as you evolve as souls through the experience of your existence upon the planet, of your hard knocks, your disappointments, your pain, your fears, your anger, your sadness, your losses, so too you have within the experience of soul evolution, an evolution that is going on for a learning experience of many of these other energies. Some have come to witness, some have come to help, some have come to observe, take notes, and take back what they have learned to their own planetary systems. And others are in the throes of this constant change, this constant learning process that is now so-called in your face, because the energy of darkness and the energy of light are looking at each other as if across a great chasm and wondering how they are able to find a place of resolution, of harmony, of balance, instead of battle. it has come to a place within the evolution of your planet where if it were allowed, which we would like to say it will not be, you have the capacity to destroy this entire planet, to destroy all of life upon it, so that it will become a desolate place like Mars, that once was a thriving life energy, that had upon it species like yours and civilizations that were very advanced. And yet they allowed their technology to get the better of them because they did not embrace the energy of heart. They did not understand the nature of emotion, the nature of what it is to be a species, a communal species, a collective that worked together for the highest harmonies. Perhaps in the beginning of the seeding of their civilizations, some of that energy was present. But there is great danger in the impact of technology when it is devoid of the heart, especially of the human heart, especially of the nature of what we call love, of caring, compassion, of working together for a higher purpose, for the whole, for the collective. And so within this standoff between what you might call light and dark, there is a great propensity of use of negative technology on the side of the darkness because they have forgotten. They have forgotten that they too were created by the supreme and divine intelligence that is the root and creation of all that is, that had the vision, you might say, to create this incredible diversity of life forms so that all could enjoy the experience of cooperation, of living together and learning from each other, of giving and receiving, of nurturing, of evolution, of the consciousness of the souls, so that they can bring their greatest light to bear upon the evolving energies of all of creation. You might say that that energy of evolution into greater and greater light actually feeds God, provides God with a greater understanding of itself. The all that is, in many ways, feeds, is fed, is nurtured, and is expanded from the energies of gratitude, from the love that is emerging from the hearts of the people, from the kindnesses, from those moments where one will not think of themselves first in order to help another who is struggling. These random acts or deliberate acts of kindness are actually sending waves throughout the cosmos that touch the heart of God and send forth greater and greater cosmic waves of light and love towards Mother Earth to assist her in her birthing process, in the turmoils of her birthing, in the travail of giving forth the creation of a new earth, as if she is sloughing off the skin like the snake does. that symbol of wisdom, that symbol of the goddess, of the nature of Mother Earth as the great mother, the great nurturer, and the great wisdom that is embedded within the whole entire world of nature that is supported by her and upon her and within her. The energy of Mother Earth, just as the energy of Father Sky, is the energy of love, the energy of light, the great gift that you were given, each one of free will, of the ability to choose that you will hide from the light or that you will embrace the light, that you will amplify it and radiate it and send it out to those who are living in darkness, that is the darkness of ignorance. For there is good darkness, so to speak, and not so good darkness. There is the limitation, the limited view of consciousness that some who dwell within the darkness have. The thinking, the idea that they are superior, that they are the ones who deserve to rule, that they know better than everyone else, and that they have a right to dominate and to control and to treat other forms of life, whether it be human or animal or all other species, or even the rocks and the soil and the air, to treat them as if they are but possessions, that they have the, you might call it, that they were given this concession by some energy, that they could rule, that they could dominate and control and do with it as they please for their own aggrandizement, for their greed, for their hunger for power, because of their sense of essentially insecurity. It is necessary for them to experience some satisfaction from the harm that they cause to life, from the evil ways and actions and suffering that they impose upon other forms of life. This cannot be tolerated any longer because it has brought your planet to the brink of destruction. It has caused such a great rift in the energies of the cosmos itself. If there were to be some major disaster unleashed upon the planet with your nuclear toys and your chemical warfare weaponry and your DNA and RNA manipulations of genetics to create harmful things that do not serve life, this proliferation will eventually feed on itself and cause its own destruction, because it cannot sustain itself and it cannot continue to thrive upon the suffering, the hardships, and the horror, the suffering that so many on your planet have to endure at their hands. And so it is extremely important for you in this time that you embrace as much light as you possibly can, that you fill yourself, that you fill your cells, you fill your immune system, you fill your thoughts, you fill your prayers, your practices with energies of light and love, that you move towards more and more cooperation, that you help each other through the darkness, that you are willing to see and look at your shadow. Where am I expressing this energy of darkness, of not being willing to embrace light, of feeling a need to be greedy, or because of my insecurity, of projecting my anger, my hatred, and my insufficiency on others and harming them and feeling justified in doing so. And so you understand that all creatures are children of the one God or goddess, and there is no distinction of male or female within what you call the Godhead. The energy of all that is the supreme intelligence that created all that is, and that is all that is. Nothing else can exist unless it is part of all that is. And that is the energy that gave you the ability to live, that created the sacred geometry upon which all life is structured, the infinite intelligence that works with Mother Earth to provide you with every single element, with every atom and molecule that makes up your body, and all of its systems and cells that all work together harmoniously for your highest good, for your expression, for your ability to act and do and think and have motion and have emotion. For you know there are molecules of emotion. You have the ability to change your DNA through your thoughts, through your beliefs. There are many secrets. There is great mystery. There have been many teachings of the universal laws of within and without, the laws of correspondence, the laws of attraction, and the laws of karma. For as you do to others, so it will eventually be done to you. And so it is at this time that it is vital for you to maintain an open heart and a positive attitude and a willingness to cooperate and share. The planet has many resources at your ability to use them. It cannot be overused by a small minority for their own greed, for their own hunger for power. This imbalance will eventually become balanced again. Hold in your hearts, in your minds, in your souls, the understanding that everything will eventually manifest the new earth, that everything will come around and balance and start to move in a positive direction. All of the harm that is intended towards you, to destroy you, to control you, to turn you into robots, will eventually collapse, demolish itself in a convulsion that will not affect you if your thoughts are of the highest, if your heart is open, if your love is strong, and if you trust the higher power, the divine plan, the guidance of your angels and your guides, of your intuition and of your heart. For your heart has access through the quantum physics of its nature, has access to all information that it needs. It has access to the guidance that will ensure that you will be safe, that you will be in the right place at the right time. Perhaps when that comet hits, or that solar extrusion, that giant solar flare knocks out all your computer systems, and everything you have thought would be there forever is gone. And you must start again from a simple place of chop wood and carry water and create your structures from the earth so that you can be safe and warm in the times of cold and cool in the times of heat, so that you can find the sources of pure, healthy water and have enough food to sustain yourselves. And yet you are actually evolving to a much higher form of density, a much lighter density, a much higher vibration, to where the need for the denseness of the kinds of food that you depend upon will begin to change, and you will be able to live on less, and your whole biology will morph into a much lighter and more ethereal form itself. You will come closer to us. Your communication with us through telepathy and through the heart will become more and more refined and more something that you are familiar with, that you are used to and comfortable with. Because all the technologies on your planet are based upon the technologies of consciousness. The ability to communicate across great distances is very much within your capacity to use at this time. To use that ESP, that so-called extrasensory perception, is actually just one more of your senses that is part of your 12-strand DNA. It is part of your multi-dimensionality. It is part of your true existence as light beings, as souls, as spirit that has incarnated for a short segment of time within the cosmic nature of all time. You have come many times. You are essentially immortal. You are infinite and universal. You are eternal souls that come and go from the world of spirit and from the other dimensions. And you have the ability to communicate with these other dimensions, these parallel lives. In fact, as you heal your traumas, as you shift your patterns of the brain, as you shift your beliefs and open yourself up to experience the fullness of who you are within the cosmos, within the family of your star brothers and sisters, within the great galactic oneness that you are part of, when you move beyond your fear and allow the joy of meeting the hearts of your brethren within the star systems who love you and are watching over you and protecting you. This is part of your evolution. They will help you to restore Mother Earth to its pristine nature from the damage and harm that has been caused by your thoughtlessness, by your greed, and by your technologies that tear up the earth and use her minerals so that you can control others. You will come to that place if you hold steady, if you connect with Mother Earth, deep connection with her, with gratitude, with love, appreciation for everything she gives you and has given you, and will always continue to give you. Connect through your feet to Mother Earth like the roots of a tree, and feel that trunk, that column, rising up to your heart. Mother Earth's gift, all the nutrients rising up through your veins, through your capillaries, through your systems, into your heart, filling your heart with love and gratitude and benevolence. Allow that to rise up through this column so that every cell is impregnated with this beautiful light of the Great Mother. In many ways, it is that light that comes from the darkness within her that is rising up like the great light within the Shungite to fill your hearts with her love and her support, to fill that chalice with everything you need. And as you allow that energy of the column to rise up towards Father Sky, that place of connection to your source, to your God nature or goddess nature, your divinity, your human angel nature, as you allow this energy to rise all the way up through your chakras, to fill every cell with light, you also begin to feel that downpouring from above of the golden energy of God's love, of your sun, your solar logos, pouring its beauty, its blessing, its nectar through your crown into every cell, and filling your heart, filling that chalice within your heart to overflowing, so that you feel the energy of Mother Earth and Father Sky bathing each other in this light, in this great effervescence that activates your DNA, that brings you codes and activations, that opens your heart and soul to its next level of evolution, of expansion, radiating that light out, creating a sphere of golden light for your protection, so that only the highest and purest vibrations may be in your field to ward off the harm that is sent towards you through your technologies of 5th generation, your antennas, your satellites, those harmful radiations that are destroying the creatures, the bees, the worms, the birds, the life in the sea. For these unthinking, cold-hearted beings have placed their satellites and transmitters on the ocean floor. Find ways to simplify your life, to embrace this golden energy. So this is what you breathe. This is what you feel and radiate, this golden glow of love that is God's gift, that is the Divine Mother, the great goddess's gift for you, enfolding you in her love, knowing that you will be protected and safe if you do not buy in to the great consumerist need to satisfy those hollow places within you that are hungry for something. And instead of breathing in light and nature and love and organic healthy food and pure water, you take in these substances, this poison called sugar, and all the other vibrations that lower your frequencies, that allow your pineal gland to become calcified on purpose, we might say. The energy that can engineer viruses to harm others, to create warfare, biological, genetic warfare on people, on creatures, on life, is not an energy of life. You must do what you can to protect yourselves and to protest in whatever way you can about this proliferation. For it is already in your homes, in your environment, spreading its evil grip into nature herself, modifying your weather, gobbling up, buying all the lands, the agricultural lands, with the genetic technologies of creating food that has no vitality in it, that people eat and drink as a substitute for true health, for blossoming, for expanding and thriving. For it was never ordained that you should suffer. It is not part of the divine plan for humanity that they should live in this grip of harm, of darkness and evil. It was designed that you can heal your body from within. It was designed that you should have joy, ease and grace and all the abundance that you need for your survival and your sustenance. It can be so. We wish it for you. But you must begin to shift your consciousness. You must expand and open yourself to higher and higher vibrations and belief systems that are not negative, that do not put you down, that do not say there is something wrong with you. The great fallacy of original sin, the great fallacy even of sin, has controlled your lives, creating guilt and shame and a sense of unworthiness, of not belonging, of not having a right to be, to exist. All these false ideas have been impregnated into you through your many generations of ancestors, through your upbringing, through the teachings that your parents and their parents, all the way back, through control, were taught was reality. Your heart knows the truth. Your heart knows how to trust. Your angels and your guides are but a breath away. They are, in fact, within the breath. They want you to feel the breath, to let go of that stress, of the rush, of the hurry, of the impatience. it is necessary to take a breath, to feel your feet on Mother Earth, to feel the breeze in your hair, on your face, to listen to the sound of the birds and the gurgling of the waters. It is necessary to take time to recognize and feel your own beauty. Every single human being and every single creature is perfect just the way they are. Each one has chosen the life that they lead. Each one has choice. The great gift of free will is what sets you apart from all other life forms, from many of the star people, from many of those who wish to control, but no longer have access to your planet, for it is protected. It has its evolution to unfold towards, just as you do. Use your free will choice wisely. In every moment, you have the ability to choose life, to choose positive, to find the silver lining, to find the higher purpose of the grand design for yourself and for all. Help your friends, your neighbors, your family. The energy of unconditional love will get you everywhere. Do not judge yourself or anyone. You are all carrying your baggage. You are all being asked to lay down your burdens and embrace the light. We are with you always. Your own guardian angels are always with you. They are in your heart. They are surrounding you with their love, their blessings, and their guidance. You need to go into the stillness and the silence in order to hear them. For they will answer your questions. They will bring you that which you need for your sustenance, just as Mother Earth. They love you. We love you. We are the guides, the angels, the one voice, the oracle. We are showering you with love. You might say we are the angels, the agents, the messengers of God, Goddess. We are the energy of love, and we ride upon the waves of light into your hearts, into your world. Blessings and peace to you all. May the living spirit that is in our life come forth and fill your hearts with that love. Fill your hearts with the knowing that you can trust that all will be well, but you must choose that. We love you. Thank you. We will take a break and then we will answer your questions.